Okay, so instead of sending you an email, I figured it is easier to work out this particular problem with a video. So this was number 2 on section 6-4, Algebra 1. All right, so a metal worker has a metal alloy that is 15% copper and another that's 70% copper. How many kilograms of each alloy should the metalworker combine to create a total of 120 kilograms of a 59% copper alloy? Okay, so first, um, we got two things that we're mixing together. This first one and this second one. So let's call this one's X and this one's Y because I don't know how much of each. That's the point of this question. How many kilograms of each alloy? So the question is, how much of this stuff do I mix together, melt it down, and then I get this, 120 kilograms of that. So that means that when I add these two things together that I'm going to mix, the total is going to be 120, right? That's my total. Okay, now the next equation is the hard, right? That makes sense, right? You take some of the first one, some of the second one, mix it together. That's how much you get. The second part is a little weirder. So 15%, right? To write 15% as a decimal is 0.15 times X, right? 15% of the first of the copper plus 70% times Y is gonna be 59% of my total. Okay, so let's clean the second equation up again. Whoops. 0.15x plus 0.70y. I'm going to use a calculator now and just multiply 0.59 and 120, and I get 70.8. Now, usually, I would say that it is a little bit harder to solve. Oh, here's my new system. So my new system is my first equation and my second equation. 0.15x plus 0.70y is going to equal 70.8. Okay, so working with decimals is a little bit harder, but luckily both of these variables are by itself. So I can just take this equation and subtract y from both sides. So that means that x is 120 minus y. I can't solve either one of these equations because they have more than one variable. But what I can do now is I can take this and substitute it in there. I can't put it back into the original equation. That would just give me, 120 is equal to 120, right? Yeah, it doesn't really help me at all. But what I can do is I can say that 0.15 times x, which is 120 minus y, plus 0.7 y, I don't need to write the 0, is equal to 70.8. Now, with a calculator, I just distribute. That's 18 minus 0.15y plus 0.7y is equal to 70.8. Subtract 18 from both sides, and I can add these together. So that's 0.7 minus 0.15 gives me 0.5, ooh, 0.55y is equal to 70.8 minus 18 is 52.8, and then divide both sides by 0.55, and I get that y is equal to 96. And now I have an equation to give me x. Okay, so that's going to be x is going to be 24. So that means that I'm going to take 24 kilograms of that one, 96 kilograms of that one. I'm going to mix it together, and the result would be 120 kilograms of a 59% copper alloy. Okay, and for all these questions, the hardest part is this, the setup, right? Getting the two equations that you would use to set up your system. Okay, try to use the question help to follow along and just replace your numbers with the numbers in the question help. All right, hope that helped.